Hey guys, it's Friday, July 14th. The summer is flying by, and this is our 25th weekly vlog of our 2017 weekly vlog series. Look who just got home from work. Yay!
This guy.
So glad he's home.
It's been a long week.
It has. The week after vacation.
Enough about that.
Ugh. But yeah, we're to the weekend.
So what's
now.
going on, guys?
They can't answer right now, but you could leave us a comment. So Brian has a box of drones here, and
Just 2 drones.
what we're trying to decide though is whether we should wait till he gets a nicer drone to do the Hard Rock Abandoned Theme Park vlog, or whether we're going to go ahead and do it this weekend with the footage we have. Due to high winds, it did not turn out that good.
Well, also the camera on this, as you see, it's fixed, so there's no gimbal. So if this thing's doing this, guess what?
The camera's doing that, yeah.
So say this is a good learning drone right here. I really get a lot of enjoyment out of this, and this was like under 40 bucks.
And what is that called?
I forget what it is. It's a Cheerwing CS40, CW40. I can't remember.
I think it's CW40 maybe. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, this is a really fun one to fly.
Well, and that'd be a good way to learn so you don't learn on something super expensive. But yeah, he's toying with getting a much nicer drone. And since we go to Myrtle Beach all the time, we're thinking about waiting and refilming the footage that we had with a nicer drone before we do the video, but kind of torn. I mean, what we have isn't terrible, it just could be better. You know, so it's...
compared to other videos I've seen, it's...
terrible. So we'll see. I've already done all the research. I've already gotten all the photos together, gotten permissions for everything. So there's no reason, I guess, not to wait, because it'd be like, I don't know, within the next month or so probably that we'd be able to do it. So we may just wait. Good morning. It's Saturday, July 15th. We started out super early this morning, but then...
of this little guy right here.
Goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
So Brian went out last night on his bike and got some goat cheese and realized this morning it was very expired and molded.
Well, the store is closing, so I just grabbed something and checked out, and then this morning I noticed, I said, whoops, it's
really nasty.
Expired.
And so then this morning we tried to go back to return it and get more, and they were not open. They opened kind of late-ish. Then he also went to another store to get something else.
Oh, we needed chives.
Chives, which they didn't have at the other store last night.
Yeah.
And then we finally went to another store and got this goat cheese here. And
what we're gonna make with that?
this is why we went to so much trouble. We've got a craving for the Boma style egg and cheese and goat cheese and chives. It's so good. So I'm gonna see if I can reproduce it this morning. Alright, so there's the goat cheese with the eggs. All I did was just put a blob of crumbled goat cheese in with 4 eggs, so 2 each, salt and pepper, and I'm going to add the chives last. Here's what the final Boma goat cheese and chives look like. Eggs, we're going to give them a try and I'll let you know if they turned out right. Brian found this. It's nut tacos. It's gluten-free, soy-free, vegan, on and on and on. And so we're gonna give these a try and see if they're tasty. They're like ready-made little frozen tacos. So this is what they look like. Just for reference, this is my hand, so they're super tiny. So they have a filling that's got like nut, but it's meant to look like sort of ground beef, but it's made from mostly nuts and stuff. And then the tortilla is corn. So it's gluten-free and everything is organic. I mean, like everything. Here's what they look like when they come out of the oven, and we actually put them under the broiler on low for just a couple of minutes because it said to wait till the shells were crispy, but the shells were still pretty not crispy. So I did that, and I think they're about right. So we're gonna give them a try. Here's what it looks like all plated up. We had some beans that we had previously cooked, and we're adding some guac. Sadly, we do not have any salsa, which would be really good on these. So our review of these nut tacos is 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
We got peas and carrots, seal of approval. It's really good. I was shocked. I mean, since it's made from nuts, and also it's vegan, I wasn't expecting to really enjoy it, but
the taco shell is crispy.
It's very good.
Lots of spices.
I do recommend sticking out of the broiler like we did there. That really crisped up the taco shell. The spices were very flavorful, but not overly hot.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sensitive to spice, and it has a tiny bit of heat, but it's like just right. I really enjoyed it. I told Brian we could have left the cheese off, and I don't think I would have cared. He said,
yeah, it needed. I like the cheese.
Yeah, so that's just difference of opinion, but I couldn't even taste the cheese, so I don't think I would miss it. We put guac on it because we didn't have salsa, and I think that was good, but we both agreed. We think next time, it doesn't really need salsa because it's pretty spicy, but we would actually do fresh tomato and fresh lettuce and maybe fresh cilantro, like some fresh stuff.
Yeah.
You can see the theme. Something lighter, because it is pretty heavy because nuts are fatty and the corn shell's fatty. It's kind of fatty, so something fresh and light to kind of even it out. But considering it's vegan and gluten-free, I mean, that's pretty cool because it's rare that we can both eat, you know, something ready-made like that. So I would definitely give it a try. And now it's time for a little rock band. Hey guys, it is Sunday, July 16th, and the big news is all the D23 announcements for the parks and resorts came out.
So first of all you guys who waited in those lines, kudos to you. I could not do that whatsoever.
It seems like worse this year than ever from the reports I'm seeing on Twitter. It seems grossly oversold. So yeah, thanks to you guys who are bringing us the info firsthand. We do appreciate the sacrifice that you're making. So we actually decided to let the stuff come out last night, then read about it this morning, as opposed to just sitting, you know, glued. Because I know at least one website live streamed that, you know, the Parks and Recreation panel, which was nice. But I decided to do the synopsis version this morning, so I've read through everything and told Brian about it, so we thought we would give you our reactions. We had at least one person leave a comment saying, you know, what are your thoughts? That would make a great video. We're not going to do a separate video. We thought we'd just include it in the weekly vlog. So if you happen to watch us and you're not into Disney, you might want to fast forward over this next little bit. But so I think you want to just start like from park to park. Like, we'll start with Epcot. So it seems like and that's something else I'm going to say. We may not seem super exuberant about this stuff, but it's because it's all been rumored for so long. I don't have that wow reaction. I think we were already anticipating a lot of this stuff. So if we don't seem like, wow, that's why. It's like when I first heard about it, I was like, wow. And now I'm like, oh, okay, cool, it's coming.
It's been confirmed.
Right, exactly, by Disney. So the first thing, and this is probably one of the bigger things for me, is the Ratatouille ride coming to France. And it's supposed to be, I think, the same one that's in Paris, which I've seen ride-throughs and I've heard great things about it. So
the trackless
I'm actually excited about that.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about that. And I'm also excited to see some more full-on attractions in World Showcase. I think that's great, and that one fits the theme. I love the movie. I like everything about that. So, what do you think about that one?
Oh yeah, anything new? Sure. I guess that's gonna take the place of the theater. Don't they have a theater there?
They haven't said that. That was the one thing about yesterday. They didn't give me any details. I guess there's just limited time, but.
I imagine it will. I don't know. That's just
I can't imagine them keeping that
theater and the ride. No, I don't see where it's
doubt it. Yeah, they're adding a new movie to China, the Circle Vision 360 style. Those make him sick, so we probably won't be seeing that. They're replacing Ellen's Energy Adventure with a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And while I can't really say the theme fits, of course we don't know what the ultimate theme is going to be in Epcot, because I think it's going to see a lot of changes. I think these are just the beginning. But of the current theme, does it fit? But is it going to be better than Ellen's Energy Adventure?
Yes.
Definitely. So I'm actually okay with that. I can't even tell you the last time we rode Ellen's, because I don't actually mind the ride. I kind of like it. It's too long. 45 minutes. It's too long of a time investment.
A slow moving ride.
Right. So I'm good with that. Like I said, theming wise, but I think it's overall an improvement. And then Mission Space. This is kind of interesting. They're changing green to be sort of, I think, Fly Over the Earth, and yet orange to be an upgraded Expedition to Mars. and they're adding a table service restaurant. And from the concept art, it looks like you'll think you're in space. Like it looks like outside the window is
Sounds
space.
interesting.
That definitely appeals to me. The restaurant. Mission Space Orange, I rode last June with my nephew and said never again. It doesn't make me sick like it does some people, but it made me feel funny. I don't know a good way to describe it. I don't know if I'm just getting too old for that, but I just felt kind of weird when I got off of it. Not dizzy, not sick, just ugh. And so I don't know if I'll try Orange unless they change the ride mechanism, which I doubt because that was an expensive ride to build. Green, I'll definitely try out there because we like green.
It's intriguing. Yeah, it's intriguing.
Yeah, so that's an upgrade because that ride needs more. I don't know. It's a little.
Oh, poor Gary.
Sadly, and it's sadly attended. You know, usually there's
the green side anyway.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Like no one there. It's like
Yep. And then they're redoing the entrance to Epcot. All I saw was a really high level concept art, and so it's really hard to tell what they're doing. I didn't see it specifically mentioned, and maybe you have, and you can leave in the comments if you did, but I've heard they're also getting rid of the tombstone looking, monoliths in the front that have people's pictures on it as part of that redo, but I didn't actually see that specifically mentioned, so.
I'm sure they will get rid of them.
I think that's it for Epcot that was formally announced. I know there's tons of rumors, but I'm just trying to stick to what was announced at D23. So Magic Kingdom was probably the least amount of changes, but two pretty big things. The lesser of the two to me is building a brand new theater. I think they said it's going to be like the Hyperion in Disneyland, like being a big scale theater.
So is this outdoor or indoor?
Indoor. And it's supposed to look like the movie theater from Walt's hometown. So it's going to fit in with the theme of Main Street. I wasn't clear on where it would be, and that may have been specified. I just didn't see that. I was kind of assuming it might be where you meet Mickey now, but because that's the only spot I can think of that's big enough. But I don't know. We'll see. And I don't think either of us are super excited about that yet because we don't know what's going in it. We'll have to wait and see, what the show is and stuff. And then something I think we're both excited about is the new Tron coaster, the one from Shanghai coming to Tomorrowland. We've seen videos
on it. It looks really cool.
It does look really cool.
The one in...
The Shanghai one. And I like the fact that in the concept art, the train is going under it. And they had rumored that Tomorrowland Speedway was going to go away, but they confirmed it is not, which surprised me.
Which is nice.
It is nice, because we actually like that ride.
Well, just more attractions,
exactly.
Right?
Instead of taking something away
and replace it, and then you still have the problem with, where do people go? So.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty exciting. And then a lot of the stuff with Hollywood Studios we already knew about, meaning we knew Pixar Land was coming, or Toy Story Land, but they actually gave a date. It's Pixar Toy Story Land is going to come out next summer in 2018, and then Star Wars in 2019, which I think they'd already announced that, but they reconfirmed that. They did specifically talk about the two Star Wars attractions. One, you'll drive the Millennium Falcon, and the other one is some kind of chase between the Resistance and the First Order. Both of those sound really cool, but I'd already heard rumors about both of them, so I mean that's why it's
they sound like motion rides, right?
We'll see. I mean, I think everything I keep hearing about Flight of Passage is it takes what you consider a motion ride to a whole different level, and also I keep hearing it's not making people sick, so I'm hoping maybe these modern ones won't. He gets sick on motion rides, so we're crossing our fingers that these won't. And then they're going to have a cantina, and the robot that was used to drive Star Tours in the original version is going to be the DJ in the cantina. How does that work? Well, I think they're just bringing him back because people liked him, so he'll be back in there. Or they already have the animatronic for him there, so they're like, we'll just reuse this.
Just stick him right there, stick some headphones on, and he goes like this.
DJ away. But I think both of us are looking so forward to Star Wars Land. Oh, and they named the land too, and sorry I don't have it in front of me. That was Galaxy's Edge, I believe.
I think something like that.
Something like
Outer
that.
Edge, Galaxy Edge.
Sorry, I should know that, but it's fine. I mean, that's fine. I think the only thing that, now I had heard rumors Great Movie Ride was going to go away eventually and it would be replaced by a Mickey themed ride. However, I had been given the impression it would be probably after Toy Story Land, so at least Toy Story Land open, until some new stuff open, Well, no, they're gonna shut it down August 13th and replace it with a Mickey and Minnie. You're on a train driven by Goofy, and you go through scenes. And reading more and more about it, that actually sounds intriguing. It sounds like they're going to immerse you into the sort of Mickey Mouse style shorts. So that could be really cool. So we'll see how that turns out.
So if you're watching this, finish the video, of course, and then go ride your last ride on the Great Movie Ride, sadly.
Yeah, we're kind of sad about that. We haven't enjoyed it as much since they added the Robert Osborne narration.
Wow.
However, we used to love that ride, and so we're a little sad we're not going to get to ride it again because we're not going back till this fall, and it will already be closed by then.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a bummer. I would have liked to get a little more warning. I wish Disney would give you, like, say 6 months heads up when they're going to close something down. So that way last trip we would have known it was our last chance because we didn't ride it our last trip.
Yeah.
And
30 days warning.
We would have known. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. You're right. It's less than even.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I think that was the only announcements in the park. I'll talk about a resort in a minute, but I think that was I can't think of anything else from Hollywood Studios.
They're just taking away more stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're not even sure we're going to go on our next, since we have annual passes, we could at least pop in one morning and ride a couple of things real quick and leave. But I don't think we're going to spend a lot of time there because with that many things closed down, the lines are going to get crazy, I think. Or the other 3 parks are going to get super crowded because everybody skips it.
Yes. It's going to be a disaster all the way around, I think.
Yeah, that park's going to be
people in the park and people on the outside of the parks.
Till next summer when Toy Story Land opens, I think it's going to be a tough one. So then that covers the parks because they didn't make any announcements about Animal Kingdom. So
this is interesting. You know, you think
they
didn't
mention anything.
You think they build on the Pandora.
Yeah,
push
some hype.
The hype and say, hey, we got this whole.
I guess they're saying it is kind of done for now while they work on everything else. I guess you can only be spread so thin. So they announced transportation-wise the new Skyline, I think they're calling it, Disney World Skyline. Don't quote me on that. I'm not good with the names, but it's the gondola system, and it will go from Pop Century / Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach, also the new DVC Riviera Resort, which is going to be adjacent to Caribbean Beach, and that's another announcement they made. It's going to be a 300-unit new DVC resort, and it will also connect to Hollywood Studios and connect to Epcot. So that's pretty intriguing. We both have concerns about capacity. It's hard to picture that moving a ton of people. We'll just have to see. And we won't know till we see it. And anyway, more transportation is good though, no matter how you slice it. The capacity seems to be an issue in my mind just because Pop and Art of Animation are huge. Those hold a lot of people. So anyway, we'll see. And like I said, it's not a bad thing anytime you have more transportation because they need more transportation.
Yep.
So they added these minivans and they're polka dotted like Minnie, and they're supposed to, I think, be an alternative to Uber, but if the rumors are right, the pricing's $20 a ride. No way.
So
Uber would be like half that.
So if they're minivans, are they picking up other people along with you?
I heard people...
For $20, I would expect my own...
Right, personal. I think it's just for larger families, because that's one thing people brought up, is that if you have a family of 5, you don't fit in an Uber.
Right.
So they may just be targeting those people with larger family size that can't call an Uber. So I don't know. But for us, I don't see us ever using that, because we don't even use Uber, but if we did need something like that, I think we'd use Uber.
I mean, for that price, you can... What's the price now for the express bus service?
Yeah, but that doesn't go resort to resort, though. This is more for, like, other, type of transportation. So, let's see. That's it for transportation. I already mentioned the new DVC resort. They also announced the immersive Star Wars resort. I think it's going to be near Hollywood Studios, and the pricing I've seen thrown out there, which was not from Disney, this was back in the rumor category, but it was from Lynn Testa, who tends to give out pretty accurate information. For a family of 4 for 2 nights, it would be like $2,500.
That's insane.
We both really like Star Wars. We're not the hardcore, die-hard, camp out at night fans. However, we're pretty big fan. I mean, we really like it a lot, and we both grew up with it. We would never pay that much ever to stay there. I shouldn't say never, but it would have to be just something that I can't even imagine to want to spend that much money. I can't see us doing that.
Yeah.
But it's cool, and I'm excited for the people that are excited. Again, anything new that doesn't take away from something that's already there, that's a great thing.
It's just not for us.
Yeah, not for us, and not at that price.
It's not for us at that price point.
If the pricing's wrong and it's more reasonable, we might consider it. You never know. It might be a cool experience, but we'll see. But I can see people coming around from around the world just to experience that.
I'm just trying to picture with like Chewbacca's behind the desk to check you in or something. He does his, he's like motioning you in. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I think there are supposed to be people in costume. Your room looks like you're on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Like it's fully immersive, like you are in space, and And I think you even get some you get to walk onto some of the Star Wars rides during the day as well as part of the pack. I think it's a full package, so you're paying for more than just the hotel room. And I want to say they mentioned, I think food might have been included as well or something like that, but don't quote me on any of that. I don't think any details have been, it's just rumors. The hotels for sure, the rest is rumors. So even the pricing is still, I would call it in the rumor category. So did I forget anything? I know
that was it.
I know there's a new Disney Cruise Line ship. I know Disneyland Paris is getting a Marvel hotel. I know that Disneyland is getting like a Pixar Pier, and they're getting Fantasmic back. And I heard several other things about Disneyland. We currently don't plan to go to Disneyland. We may go to Disneyland Paris someday, but it's not even on the books yet. And we don't plan to go on a Disney cruise. No. So I don't really have a strong opinion. I think the Marvel Hotel actually sounds pretty cool. So if we did ever go to Disneyland Paris, I might consider staying there for something different. Okay. But you're like, no. But it might be ridiculously expensive too, so we'll see. So what are you looking forward to the most? Leave us a note in the comments. And what are you most disappointed in? Like for us, I think it's the great movie ride going away before we get a chance to write. But do you love Ellen's? Or are you upset about any other changes? Or do you just not like I already saw people on Twitter complaining about they don't feel like some intellectual properties belong in Epcot, that kind of thing. Yeah. So if you have a strong opinion, no, I can see where they're coming from. If you have a strong opinion on those kinds of things, we'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you're in that D23 mess, let us know your experiences with that. Yeah. That looked crazy. That did look totally crazy. More power to all those people. Yeah. Hey guys, it is Monday and it's July 17th, I think. Time's always flying by. So I didn't get a chance to get back on yesterday to talk about it, but I did mean to get on and talk about the announcement of the 13th Doctor Who. If you don't watch Doctor Who, periodically the actor who plays Doctor Who changes. Since he's an alien, they describe it through regeneration. If you do watch it, I know you already know all this. So this one is going to be a woman, and it's the first time. What's shocking to me is how many people are really upset one way or the other about it. Like some people are super happy about it, and some people are really, really upset about it. How do I feel about it? I feel the same way I always do when the Doctor changes. I'm going to wait and see if they do a good job. Maybe I'm strange, but it doesn't really affect me one way or the other. I mean, yes, in my mind, since I was a child, because I watched the original series and reruns as a child, I've always thought of it as a male character, but does it have to be male? No. I can't even really think of how it will be till I see it. So I guess for me, my opinion is held until I see how good of a job she does, but not only that, how good the writing is, because some seasons the writing's and other seasons it's fantastic. Like this past season, I think has been awesome, but Capaldi's first season, I didn't really like at all. And that just shows you how you can have the same actor, different writing, different results. So for me, I'm gonna wait and see, but of course I'll keep watching. I mean, why wouldn't I? I don't get the anger. Like there are some people really mad about this, which really surprises me because they've already made it pretty clear in multiple episodes that when they come back, when they regenerate, they can be a different gender. So it doesn't really surprise me. In fact, I think they, in this last season, I think they kind of reiterated that, and I think that's why. I could be wrong about that, but I wouldn't be at all surprised. So anyway, that's about it. I worked, yay, and it was Monday, yay. So I'm glad that day is gone and can relax now and have a nice evening. This morning when I walked, the weather was much better. It was in the low 70s instead of in the low 80s in the wee hours of the morning. However, as the day went on, the humidity built and now it's pretty hot again and pretty sticky. So that trend is continuing for us. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, I almost said Thursday, that's wishful thinking. It's July 18th and it's humid. That's today's report. If there was ever a bad hair day for me, it was today. If you have curly hair, you know what I'm talking about. Also, Brian ordered a Mavic drone. I know you've seen him fly several drones. One went to Neverland, the wind took it. Thankfully it was not an expensive one. His most expensive one we still have, but it doesn't have a gimbal, so the camera is not as stable as he would like. And it really became obvious in the footage for Hard Rock, the abandoned park. We just weren't happy with it. I know he wasn't, and I wasn't either. It's just too hard to watch to me. Like, I don't even get motion sick, and it kind of made me feel like watching it was a little too, back and forth. So we decided to get, well, it's mostly him. I'm terrified of flying one. I'm afraid I will break it or lose it or something, but the Mavic, the reason I say we is I want it too for the footage. I just don't want to be the one operating it. I'll handle the other cameras and he can do that one. But we ended up deciding to stay home this coming weekend so he can practice with it here at home before we go back to the beach. So we're going to go the following weekend instead of this weekend. I think, sometimes we change our mind, but I think he wants to practice, on home turf with less wind and then work up to the beach, because that's been the issue. At the beach, there's always wind. Without a gimbal, even if you feel safe enough flying a drone, there's like very little you can do to control the fact that it's going to be weaving and stuff. So this one's really, really nice. We've heard good things from friends. We've done a lot of research online. So I'm hoping this will be like the end all be all. I can't ever say that because Brian's definitely a gadget person when it's something he's into. So I can't say it'll be the last one he gets, but I'm hoping maybe. But anyway, I'm guessing by the time this video comes out, I may have an unboxing of the Mavic out. So if you are interested, it will be up here if I get it done. If there's nothing up there, that means I didn't get it done, or you're watching this on TV or somewhere that you can't see those little links. You can see them on your computer and stuff, but if you project this to a TV, you won't see it. But in any case, if you're interested in that, it'll either be out before this or shortly thereafter, most likely, if he gets it. He's supposed to get it this week, so we'll see. Hey guys, it is Thursday, yay, also known as Friday Eve, and I'm so glad. I'm so ready for the weekend. One more work day left, and Brian got his new toy. He's very excited, I think. He's not gonna open it quite yet because they actually have this deal where 48 hours after you activate it, you can buy this. It's kind of like an extended warranty, only it's even better. It's like if you crash it or anything, you have some protection. The only thing it wouldn't protect against is flat out losing it, like say he flies it over the ocean and it falls in or something like that, but otherwise it'd be fully protected. So this is going to wrap up this week's weekly vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next week we'll probably have more drone related things. I would assume he's at least going to try it out this weekend, so stay tuned for that. We always appreciate subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. Bye.